Shanti. Good evening. Welcome again to Friday Night Meditation. My name is Craig. Today I'd like to do a follow-up on the beautiful program that we had last Sunday, which I highly recommend. You can find it on YouTube under the title, The Upsides of Uncertainty with Sister Denise Lawrence. So let's call this one, The Upsides of Uncertainty, the postscript. Just a little tiny thing, just to keep us thinking about the same thing so we can continue to evolve and understand what was said. Just the word uncertainty itself is filled with so many things. What words do you think of when you hear the word uncertainty? Maybe confused? Muddled? In limbo? Well, there's many more. Well, let's take a different way of looking at it. Well, in fact, in my search for understanding uncertainty better, I like to look in the Thesaurus, and in there was a beautiful quote. Let's see if I can remember it. The uncertainty about what lies ahead is daunting, yet strangely exhilarating at the same time. I thought that was perfect. The uncertainty about what lies ahead is daunting, yet strangely exhilarating at the same time. That seems like it may take a little bit of courage, or maybe that's good for everyone else. It's a beautiful quote. It's a meme. I'm going to put that right on my social media. But what about me? I don't feel so good about uncertainty. So let's replace that word. Let's go through stages. On one end of the spectrum is uncertainty, confusion, limbo. So then I slowly come away from it, just call it the unknown. The unknown doesn't necessarily have anxiety infused into it. Unknown can be unheralded, unforeseen. These can be exciting things. An unforeseen fortune, an unheralded thing of beauty coming into my life. That's better. Which leads me further into something else. So I go from the uncertainty to the unknown, and now if you think of the opposite of the unknown, you get the word of the day. It's my own special word that I made up, the unknown. What is the unknown? It's the things you know intrinsically, eternally inside yourself. That special part of you that is changeless, the real you, that's related to you, the soul, and not your personality of the body that's learned things from childhood and got traumas and all that, but something really deep, the unknown, where I can find my true power. That's something like trust. Inside I know these things. When I forget who I am, so the real key to the unknown is to know who am I. And that's the whole basis of Raja Yoga. And the only purpose of Raja Yoga, the highest of all yogas, Raja means king. The only purpose of Raja Yoga is to become a king. And a king is not dependent on anything from the outside world. It sounds good, but it's a tall order when I'm used to getting my support and my approval from the outside world, from the traditions of my past, from the predictability of the future. And that's why we stick to dogma, is because it keeps me from being anxious, of experiencing the anxiety of uncertainty, of the unknown, when really the unknown is so extremely exciting. What's coming your way is fantastic. This is what I think. It's not filled with anxiety. I don't need to be in limbo. I'm not muddled over it. I'm excited about it because I have intuition. And that's the basis of it. And this intuition is based on just having some semblance of the power that I have inside of me. So there's the very definition of intuition has power. Let's see if I can recall that definition. Intuition, the power of attaining direct knowledge without evident practical thought. The power of attaining direct knowledge without evident practical thought, meaning from the outside. Remember, this is Raja Yoga. I'm becoming a king. I'm independent. I trust my intuition. So this also means that I see the things, part of trusting intuition is being able to see myself. And maybe some of the barriers or roadblocks that I personally have that are keeping me from being this sovereign over myself and being okay with it, not being affected. Things take their course. Don't worry about the pandemic. Don't worry about the future. Because guess what? You're living in the now. Uncertainty is not necessarily bad. I'll give you one thing. Certain is death. Death is certain. But what we enjoy, life, is the uncertainty of what's happening on a day-by-day basis. So my very nature of living has uncertainty in it, and I cling to that. I want it. I don't even want to think about what's certain because I want to be alive. Do you see how simple it is? So before I can reach that place, I need some guide for me, something to hold my hand. And that hand holding is really trust. I trust myself. I trust that what's coming for me is beneficial. I trust that my connection with others is beneficial for all concerned. I trust my well-being, and I trust that anything that comes my way has come to me just in order for me to more clearly find the beauty that lies within me. That's how simple it is. It's this uncertainty that has thrust me forward into this type of thinking to try to make sense of it. And going from outside, instead of being outer, I turn my vision inward. So it's in-knowing, introverted. In order to in-know, I must introvert. I must have introvision. See the beauty that lies within yourself. See the parts that you can let go of. Trust that they'll fall away. It's that simple. Don't make it a difficult thing. Trust that who you really are is something full of peace, full of love, full of bliss. Om Shanti. Hope to see you soon. And again, that link to see Sister Denise's talk, it's on YouTube, I believe, and you could just look in for the title, The Upside of Uncertainty. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.